You've applied for the Disney College program. You've done your web-based interview. And now it is time to do the telephone interview. Here's some tips and tricks for your DCP telephone interview.
Hello, it's me.
Is it me you're looking for?
Okay.
Let's get down to business.
Hi everyone, I'm going to talk a little bit about the DCP phone interview. And what this means is you basically have to do a phone interview for one of your steps into getting into the college program. And you just have to answer questions how you would answer them. That way they know how you would react to different situations and help the company. The first step is to relax. I can't stress this enough, just breathe. Like, I know it's a really big deal, and you know, it's kind of stressful because you want to say the right things and you want them to like you, but on the other hand, you know, they can hear that in your voice when you're like super nervous and you just don't know. So just breathe. It'll show. It'll make a huge difference, because like if you sound nervous, that's you know, it's not the greatest thing, because you know, one, it's kind of hard to understand because you're like speaking too fast or you're breathing too hard, but it's okay, you know, like so just relax. Everybody does it. It's okay. The second step is to prepare. You can look up different questions online, and that's what I did. Was like, I looked up on Pinterest what they might ask you, and I'll put the link on the description below, but basically, you know, they had a whole list of questions that your interviewer might ask. It's good to prepare, because if you don't, you know, you might like be like just very quiet on the other end, because you have to think about it, and this should already be on your mind. You should already know like what you're gonna say and how you're gonna say it, and you know, and all of that stuff. And so like basically you can print out questions and write the answers down that you would say, and like you can go over it with your family. Like if you were to say something and they're like, oh, you know, I would answer it this way, you know, that way you can better yourself and like just practice and get a feel for things, because you don't want to do it right on the spot. You just never know, and it might sound bad and they'll be like, what did you mean when you said that? So but and then you know, and this also goes into preparing to practice. Like I practiced with my dad, you know, like he would ask me different questions from like the different questions that she put online, and I printed them out, and she, you know, like my dad would be like, okay, so what would you do in this kind of situation, and that sort of thing, and then I would answer, and we would just kind of practice one-on-one. It helps because it makes you more relaxed, and you know like what you're gonna say, and if it's not the best answer, then you can fix it, you know, like if I were to say something and it's like, oh, maybe I should say this, you know, you can practice with that and write things down. And the third step is to smile.
I just like to smile. Smiling's my favorite.
Can't stress this enough. You know, I know what you're thinking. You're on the phone, they aren't able to see you. so why would you smile? They can't see you. You can hear it in your voice. So, you know, like if I'm talking like this, that sounds so just, it doesn't sound appealing. But if I'm talking like this, hi, how are you? You know, and don't go too much because it sounds a little bit fake. Like you can tell if you just say it, you know, oh, well, you know, so and so, or well, you know, like it just sounds more appealing and sounds more happy, and you can tell that they're excited for this opportunity. And that's what they want. They want people that are excited, that smile a lot, and have that confidence level. And a good way of doing this is to use mirrors. Because I know, you know, like when you're not looking at yourself, it's just kind of like whatever, you know. But if you use mirrors, and that's what I did in my interview, I had like a bunch of different mirrors all around to prepare, and you know, it was so hard to like not smile because like everyone's looking at you. You're, you know, like you see your reflection and you're excited, and you know, and like I would often look up and try to see what, you know, like what I was doing if I wasn't smiling or if I was, and I was able to you know, smile most of the time. I mean, you know, I was a little bit serious. Of course, you have to sound somewhat serious, you know, because like it's an interview, it's important, it's a job interview, but you also have to be Disney. And Disney isn't, if you go over here, you can go see so-and-so. It's, if you head this way, you can go see, you know. Like, you know, doesn't that sound more happy, more appealing? You have to be Disney. Another great tip is to remember your interviewer's name.
Say my name, say my name.
You have to begin saying, hello, this is Shannon, because that way they know that it's you, you know, instead of just saying hello, you have to say your name. And then she's gonna be saying, hi, my name is so-and-so, you know, or Jan or whatever. And so you have to remember her name. It just furthers your interest and your happiness for the company and all of that stuff. And they also said that, you know, part of the regulations for being a part of Disney is knowing people's names. So like, you know, like if you have a birthday pin on, you'll notice that most of the cast members say, hey, happy birthday, Shannon. If they find a name tag, like even signing in to your hotel, okay, and then, you know, like they'll be saying, how can we help you, Jerry, or whatever, you know, something like that. You know, like they remember the people's names and they try to say your name as much as possible. And that's the goal. That really is, because it feels more personable, and I like that. So, you know, you should say her name. And also to back up, like to pretend like you're working for them, what I did, and I mean, I guess you don't have to, but what I did was I asked how she was, how her day is. They don't usually say that for a tip, but you should try to ask how she is, and, you know, or he is, but, you know, just be very personable. I know we don't have too much time because we have to get into the interview, but just to ask how the person is, you know, doesn't hurt anything. And it also helps you because it looks like you want to take the time to ask how they were feeling. You know, it's kind of like being in the parks. You know, everybody asks how you are, and just make sure that everything's good. So, yeah. And so at the end of the interview, you will have the chance to ask questions. She'll be saying, do you have any questions for me? This is so important. You absolutely have to ask a question. I don't even care what it is, you know, because like if you just say, oh, I'm okay, I'm good, you know, it sounds like you're not interested and you don't care because you know everything. And that's not the greatest thing, because you should have questions. You should be, you know, interested and say, you know, like different things. Like I think I asked, I forget what I asked. I think something like, you know, how did you get involved with the company? And I think she said that she did the Disney College program as well. And she had a couple different connections through family members to get involved with the company. And, you know, she lit up and she was telling me all about that stuff. And I think that's about it. So basically, you know, just the 4 main components. You have to relax, prepare, smile, practice, and you know, just sound interested. You know, remember your interviewer's name, ask questions, say your name, you know, when you greet them, and that's it. And so, hope this helps. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. More videos to follow. I don't know. Hopefully pretty soon we'll have some, you know, videos and everything. But I'm hoping to post each week, like I said. So tune in next week. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Please like, comment, and subscribe for more DCP fun with the Goose Squad.